Noisy Pixel.
What's up, nerds, and welcome to episode 18 of the Noisy Pixel podcast. I'm your host, Azario Lopez, and with me today is my only co-host, Ian Goudlock.
Hello. It's a lower kind of key tone today. I feel. Yeah. What do you got going on behind you there?
We've talked on this on the Noisy News Week and some of the unqualified game chats, but I am moving and it's slowly going away. I think the toughest part about moving video games is that a few of them are pretty expensive. And I don't want anyone touching them, but I also don't want they take up a lot of room. Packing video games is probably the toughest thing I've ever had to do because you don't want to fill it all the way up because it gets extremely heavy, but a lot of them fit in a box, so
yes.
So I've been doing this thing where I would I've been putting like a blanket down as a base, and then I'll stack some games up, and then I'll put some clothes on the top to top it off. Like a hamburger of
of expensive games.
Yeah. I've been pretty careful with everything. Strangely, I don't really own a lot of stuff. So while moving, I've adapted to my entire life pretty much inside of a room, and the main stuff that I own are video games. So so now that I have those out of the way, everything's gonna get a lot easier. So I'll be moving into a house. So
that's exciting, man.
New Noisy Pixel room.
Yeah.
And we'll probably return. You and I will return. Retro Pixel.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, dude. That will be fun.
That was one of my favorite shows on the channel, and we stopped doing it. I think when we did it, we had like 9,000 subscribers or 6,000 subscribers, maybe like five, maybe even less.
Yeah, it was
in
early.
Its prime. We did it every week too, and nobody watched it. There were some episodes that were better than other, depending on what we played. But I think now, in our YouTube careers, I think it would be a lot more fun. And I've also purchased some very strange games. I've focused on the obscure.
Yeah, you have. You've purchased something almost every month that you've threatened me with, and say this is a game we're going to play. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's like I've gone to the bottom of the barrel and then beyond it.
Yeah. I'm excited though.
You know what game I've always wanted to play, but I've only played the demo of, and it's a terrible game.
What's that?
I believe her name is Xeno Warrior Princess.
That is her name, Xeno Warrior Princess. Yeah.
There's a PlayStation game, and I only own the demo, and I remember it being okay. So that's a game that I am looking forward to playing with you.
Dude, I am down. I love weird license games.
We don't get enough of them. We don't get enough of them.
Not anymore.
Very excited for what we're going to accomplish in the future, but right now, playing it one day at a time, as they say. You know what I realized that I hated, Ian? This has nothing to do with video games.
Okay.
I was just on YouTube. I was probably pooping at this time, just to set the stage.
Is this common?
Yes.
People do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I take the work with me. It's a place for me to think and to be in my most natural state.
That's a good background for viewers and readers to visualize while they're reading or listening to an article. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm not even pooping. I'm just sitting.
Just private time. Yeah. There you go.
Got the door locked. No one's coming in here. It's just my little house.
Yeah. Don't bother Dad. Sorry.
So I'm looking on YouTube, and this video comes up of someone cooking. I was like, oh, that looks good. But I start watching the video, and it just so happens to be an ASMR cooking video.
Oh yeah.
And I realize I fucking hate ASMR.
Yeah. Yeah. There are some people that have like a strong aversion to it. Okay. Now here's the thing. Cause I'll admit I listen to ASMR, but there are things I can't do like that irritate me. So what is it that really, what was it? Was the cooking sounds that
it was like the mixing, the
okay. Okay. Yeah.
And then just the rubbing of they were like making this bread and just the rubbing of it. And I was like, my face was like, I was cringing to my phone.
Yeah.
And I turned down the volume, of course, because I really wanted to see how they made this bread. This cheesy bread was what they were. Yeah. I just felt if I'm gonna kill myself, it's gonna be making cheesy bread. Right. And I hate ASMR.
Now, I do have to ask, was it the setting maybe that also played a key for the sounds with your environment, which was bathroom?
No. Generally, I know when something upsets me is I'll want to hit something.
Oh, okay. So you wanted to hit the ASMR artist. Huh?
Yeah, I wanted to throw my phone, get the phone out of here, punch a hole in the wall, and go about my day as if nothing happened. Later, to return to the hole in the wall and realize that I made a terrible mistake. It's
good to know yourself, though. And, these realizations are important. So, sometimes, what is it? Is it mukbang? I think that's the Korean where they eat and it's just eating. Mm-hmm. And depending, that can really that's not my favorite. That's not my favorite, but I know some people love it. So, hey, man, you do you.
I'm not into
if you fall asleep or whatever.
I'm not into loud chewers. I don't like it. I hate it.
Loud chewers. Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's a little bit about me that I learned today. Up until now, I never gave it a chance. I joked about it. ASMR, but I never actually listened to it. Yeah. And it's a thing.
You could do that, or you can go deeper and see how much you hate it, like to make sure you hate it. Or you might find somebody that's like, it's more meditative. Who knows? But I think you kind of know now that it's not your jam.
I have a good idea.
Yeah.
I have a good idea.
There you go.
With that said, this podcast is recorded every week. And sometimes we talk about video games, but it's posted to YouTube on Tuesdays and podcast services. Today, we have some stuff to talk about. We actually have things to talk about. And, honestly, I also want to start this off by saying our 3-year anniversary is this Friday. So fucking dicks out for Noisy Pixel, boys.
That's not what I was expecting you to go with, but hey, man, everybody celebrates differently, and I think that's awesome. Yeah, we have
so much to give away, and I want to just say a huge thank you to all the publishers and developers that are working with us to make our 3-year anniversary a good one. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I just remember our 1-year anniversary, and I think we had like 1,800 subs, and I still thought I was hot shit back then. My attitude hasn't changed these last 3 years. It's that unquestionable ego that really gets you. If you believe it, then you can do it.
There you go. I think it just passed my 2-year for me. Yeah. So haven't been here the whole time, but
you're definitely a huge part of the success, a huge piece of this Noisy Pixel puzzle.
Well, thank you.
But we have a ton of giveaways for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We'll be giving shit away on our Twitter. And I have no idea how to work YouTube, so sorry, we don't know how to give stuff away on here. I see those videos of like giveaway Gahook, but then like it's 3 years old and you still see the giveaway, and like it's just there forever, you know. And I don't really like it.
You just watch Banjo Kazooie or Banjo just giving away stuff. Is that your Gahook there? Yeah. I liked it. Yeah.
So what we have to talk about, Ian, is the Nintendo event, your favorite event of the year, the event that you pull out all the stops, Ian. You tell mom to grab you a bag of Totinos. You say, make me my Totinos.
Yeah.
Get ready, get a nice Coke.
Although I've been good. I haven't done soda.
Oh,
I've been doing tea. But
a nice tea, a little honey, honey.
Yeah, you got it.
There's some sweetener in there.
Oh,
and
you know me.
And you hear that, you see that red screen, and it fills up your dark room, and you hear and the show starts for you. And this is where it is. We have a game that is near and dear to my heart, Ian.
Yeah.
Chocobo Racing is making a comeback.
Yes. I thought of you when this came up, when I saw that. So, tell me your Chocobo racing experience.
I only rented the game as a child, because I knew what a Chocobo was. But I should preface 9-year-old Azario with his small brain. So I did not know that Final Fantasy was not canonical. I thought they were all connected.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
So when in Final Fantasy VII, I knew that Aerith dies, and I played Final Fantasy VII.
And we should say there's a spoiler, because last time we brought up that this thing that everybody knows this, right?
That's common knowledge.
Okay.
That's common knowledge.
That's what I thought. So
baby's gonna baby. That's what I say. So when I was playing this game as a child, I played it with my cousin, and he got up to that point and he's like, okay, so when I got home, I wanted to play Final Fantasy, and I went to KB Toys, and we got
KB.
Final Fantasy VIII. And in my head, I put together that Squall was actually Cloud, and the reason why Squall was so upset in the beginning of the game was because Aerith was dead, clearly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, and the character design, right? It's Tetsuya Nomura. So it's like, so it's like looks similar enough, right?
Yeah. And that's just him like kind of blown up. But also I didn't really like, all the graphics look the same. Yeah. And so when I went, because I beat Final Fantasy VIII, and I went back to Final Fantasy VII, I realized these are not the same games.
Yes.
And that was, so I digress. So after playing Final Fantasy VIII, I knew that I enjoyed Chocobo. I went to Blockbuster. I saw Chocobo Racing, and I rented it for the weekend. I had an amazing time. The game is not a very good racer, but it is a fun racer. It's not good. I've never liked playing it, and maybe we'll play it together, and we'll kind of do an episode on that, just so we can show people like all the unlockables and all the characters that they have on there.
Yeah.
But it's a spin-off game in the sense that it's a spin-off to Chocobo Dungeon, which has really little to do with the Final Fantasy world. You have a Chocobo. That's about it.
Yeah.
It's a dungeon crawler. It's a mystery dungeon game, but this Chocobo Racing is based off of that world.
Okay.
So it's different.
And you have to kind of like try pretty hard to not fit somewhere in the overall Final Fantasy feeling. If that's the game where you're like, oh man, that doesn't really feel like a Final Fantasy, except you have a Chocobo with you.
Yeah. Sometimes all you need is a Chocobo to make it a Final Fantasy game.
If this is useless knowledge, but if anybody ever wants to know kind of my background song playing in my head, it's the Chocobo song.
Is that at all times?
No, kind of like when I'm on like standby. You like when it's when things aren't working properly.
Yeah,
that's what happens. So
which version? Which version of it is this the classic SNES version?
Yeah, I think it would be either 8-bit or 16-bit, just because it's so simple, and that's usually how my brain is operating at that moment. So simple,
I know
works.
I know Final Fantasy X did a little remixy of it in their version. It was kind of an interesting take, but it's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for Chocobo GP. It's coming to Switch as an exclusive in 2022. So we have to wait some time, but I mean, it's on Switch. It's definitely a Switch game. Yeah. But maybe some online modes, maybe something's happening. So I would like you. Do you have the list up, or do you want me to go through this list? I can go to the next one, but I wanted you to see if you wanted to choose one.
I have a list up of something else that we'll talk about later. But if we just want to go down.
I'll hit you with this one. How do you feel about Kirby and the Forgotten Land?
There's this tendency, and I'm wondering if you notice this too, I kind of got almost like a Mario Odyssey kind of vibe, where things do look a little bit more realistic than I think they have in other Kirby games. And I also noticed that it kind of has this Splatoon vibe, like almost this dystopian kind of ghost town or ghost country, whatever it is. But I'm intrigued. I like a lot of Kirby games, but I can't quite remember a lot of Kirby games, if that makes sense. So like definitely like a comfort game to play, but I'm interested to see one that might like really stand out to me.
So this game does seem pretty post-apocalyptic, and what I'm just gonna say it. I think the idea is that Mario lost in Mario Odyssey, and this is what happened to the world.
So you had the Mario Odyssey thing too, right?
They're definitely using the same engine. It's just Mario Odyssey. Maybe they're using some levels that they didn't use in that game, but I don't know about this post-apocalyptic setting either.
Same. I'm intrigued, but at the same time, I wasn't. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. I'm interested to actually hear what people think of Mario Odyssey, but some of the realistic stuff, it was really off-putting for me, man. Like in Mario Odyssey. So I think the same thing with Kirby, but I do see where it seems like they dialed some things back a little bit, where it's not hyper realistic, but
it's still cartoonish.
So if they find the right balance, I'm sure it'll be fine, but if it really feels like fish out of water, that kind of might be off-putting to me, but yeah.
So another announcement is Castlevania Advance Collection. We've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah.
And they just decided, fuck it. Post it.
Yeah.
This is three games in one, and also actually 4 with Dracula X in there.
That I wasn't expecting.
Let's just throw Dracula X in for the fuck of it.
Do you happen to know if it's like the Rondo of Blood one, or is it like the Dracula X, like the US release? You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think it's the US release. I believe that they're hyping up that it's the unreleased North American, the one that didn't come to the West.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it's great collection of games.
Yeah.
I've only played like one of them, 2 of them maybe.
Yeah.
I forget which Castlevania games I've played. There's so many, but these ones are actually really good.
They are. I feel bad because I kind of get them a little confused, because it started this new era, right, where the whole Metroidvania thing, that idea kind of took off a little bit more. And but I remember really digging Circle of the Moon when that came out, and that was like the first Game Boy Advance game that I played and really dug it. So yeah. I'm looking forward.
I think these games were just super anime.
Yeah.
Like they went all over the top, and they can kind of continue this into the DS games where they started to create this super anime gothic world, but nothing would really nail what Castlevania is to me, outside of like Symphony of the Night. What was the Castlevania on 360? Shadows of the Dam or something like that, or Shadow?
360. Lords of Shadow.
Lords of Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
That's my idea now of like that setting. That was really good.
Yeah.
That kind of nailed what I thought Castlevania was, and then
gotcha.
I didn't mind the anime appeal of it all, but I think connecting Symphony of the Night with Lords of Shadows is like a pretty good bridge right there in terms of style. I
loved, and I forget her name, but the artist that did the conceptual work for Symphony of the Night, and I think she went on to the Circle of the Moon, right? Mm-hmm. Is it Circle of the Moon? I'm getting that confused now with Bloodstain, but yeah,
Circle of the Moon is one of them. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I love that art style, but you're right, it did go more anime, and also the themes too, like with actually like in the future and the actual moon and stuff. You know what I mean? It got pretty anime. So yeah. I know what you mean. I really like that idea of like those Japanese influences, but like a lot more subtle, with the art and stuff. So yeah. But I'm excited. It's been forever since I played that, and I don't know if I've ever played Circle of the Moon without an actual backlit screen. Because when I got it, it was such a dark game. I mean, like just visually dark. Could barely see anything. So I'm excited.
That's very true. And I think these games were kind of designed around that. They're pretty bright now, so they must have had to do some changing up of that stuff, because I remember when you started playing on a backlit screen, it was just like the colors were like super bright. And, but it's great collection. I'm glad that it's out.
Yeah, totally.
So let's move on to our next topic. We have Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack.
Yeah. How are you feeling about this, and what do you think of the undisclosed price?
Nintendo had my money, right? They got me with the $9.99, I believe it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If it's not $5, I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Because there's no real reason why they can't keep their model, because in my head, I pay the $9.99 because their online structure sucks.
Yeah.
Like if anything, I pay the $9.99 just to rent those Super Nintendo and Nintendo games that they have up.
Same. Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that it should be increased, because you're going to give me 5 N64 games and some Genesis games. I don't need those. It's not going to help the online ecosystem. You're not like, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I mean, and I know this is different because, not everybody has access to that, but I mean, I have my old N64 and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I can play that. But I also have Genesis, like almost all these Genesis games on the Switch already purchased that I don't even have to go online and get through the Genesis collection. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I get it that, stuff is going to be an additional price. I get that. I am a little worried that they haven't even disclosed that though, the price of it. Mm-hmm. Almost like trying to build up the hype a little bit more and then kind of hit you with that later. And I would like to see other consoles. I would like to see, I would like to see some possible DS, Advance, just, Game Boy in there. Because
I don't know who's standing in line trying to play Mario Kart 64 right now. Who's trying to pay $5 a month to have Mario Kart 64 on tap, Super Mario 64 is already available on the Switch, right? The remastered collection. the 3D All Stars or whatever?
I don't believe so. But I'm trying to remember. I'm getting so mixed up.
Oh no, that was Galaxy. That was Galaxy.
Yeah.
That was Galaxy 1 too. Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of bizarre. And like they're how many years into the Nintendo Switch now? And I mean, the Wii U did not last super long, but its online games were like much more vast than even what we're getting right now. You know, and it seems like you're not even taking advantage of like as many people have a Switch they would shell out money for like another additional if you provided more consoles, you know, and games. So I don't know.
I think I would provide an additional if more games utilize the online structure and they implemented some actual party system.
Yeah.
Something to where if I get on that Switch, I can actually team up with my friends and don't have to be on my fucking phone.
Yeah.
Or Discord or something. Like, come on. Like, what? Yeah, I'm so as an online experience, I don't look to Switch for an online experience. It does what it does. Gives me my Japanese visual novels on the go, but in the bathroom, ready for the hours that I'm going to spend in there. But it doesn't scream that I should be paying that much for an online experience.
Yeah.
Are they going to go monthly? Do I pay $10 a year?
Oh,
how much do I pay?
think there is an option to pay a year, and then there's an option to pay monthly. And I think monthly, if you are paying monthly, actually does come out to, you know, like a little bit more. Okay. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. If they're going to offer those options again, or if it's going to be a flat fee or just a monthly one. I don't know. It's weird though. They're not, I don't know. Yeah. Again, it's weird to me that they're not being upfront about the price at this point.
Yeah. Last thing I want to talk to you about is Bayonetta 3.
Yes.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I've never beat a Bayonetta.
Same.
I've always gotten to the last area. I don't know what happens. I just get kind of pulled away. I could tell you, I've watched speed runs of it. I know what happens.
Yeah.
But I don't care after a while. I think I spent so long doing everything that game has that I get to the end and I'm just like, man, I don't give a fuck about this game anymore.
Yeah.
I have not been waiting for Bayonetta 3 like most people have.
I have not either. I know that came up actually in conversation recently with some other people from Noisy Pixel, and we were talking about, how it's going to come out. And I kind of forgot that it was even a game that has not come out yet. So, hey man, if people are excited about it, that's awesome. But yeah, I don't know. It's a cool character.
It's a very cool character. Very cool.
Very cool.
People are saying they toned down her costume.
Oh, really? Okay. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not the expert in her costume and how revealing it is. Is that the thing? They tone it down that way, you mean? Like
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But it was a cool trailer though. I will say that.
I thought it was too.
Yeah.
Very stylish. I was really impressed with that trailer. It made me want to beat the second one.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe revisit and go back and.
I like Bayonetta. Yeah. I just get bored.
You know, those games are very like blockbuster popcorny kind of feeling because you do get into them, but I do find myself kind of having a hard time finishing them, sometimes, but they are entertaining. They're really fun. So yeah, in the vein of like Devil May Cry and
definitely. So let me know what you want to talk about today. What's on your platter?
I have heard through someone that you have not heard of all the casting for the Mario movie that is coming out in 2022, December 21st, 2022.
A year
So,
from now. A whole year from now. Yeah. So, I have not heard of these characters. I know Chris Pratt as Mario, but I don't know the whole cast, and I haven't reacted to them. And up until now, I haven't really cared. But Ian wants me to care, so I'm gonna play his little. I'm gonna play his little fucking game, and we're gonna go on with it.
Okay, so Luigi, we have Charlie Day as Luigi.
That's not even John Leguizamo.
You're right. It's not. It's not even. How are you feeling about that?
He's from It's Always Sunny.
Yes,
I like him.
he's a good guy. Yeah,
As Luigi.
Yeah.
Why didn't they? It's an animated movie.
It is. It is.
Why didn't they just get what's his name? Mario guy.
Yeah. So my only guess on this is if it's a feature length movie, right? And I'm wondering if that would get on people's nerves, maybe. I'm not sure, because I do find all the characters very endearing, and I do like all their little phrases and everything's here and there. But I'm wondering if they thought that it would just be too much for like an hour and a half or however long it's going to be.
Or in the case, because they pay that guy a lot of money to be exclusive to those voices.
Really? Okay. Okay.
So I'm thinking if the movie sucks, well, his character is not tarnished. The Mario canon character is still pristine. You know, he's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not like this guy's performance. It's he's supposed to be Mario. Like he's clear. He's in the clear.
Separated enough, right? It's like the worlds aren't colliding too much, because if you don't like the movie, you can just say, "Oh, I don't like the movie, but I still love Mario."
So now that I know who Luigi is, and I do know Chris Pratt is Mario, are people upset right now that these guys aren't Italian?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't heard that come up, but I, and I'm wondering how heavy of an Italian accent they will do, because I feel like you can get away with a lot of that just by having somebody that, somebody that's actually representing the, character that, is Italian or whatever, it hits a little bit different if you have somebody, doing a kind of like almost like mocking it. Right.
Yeah. But the fine line.
It is a fine line. That's an interesting point. Yeah. I have not heard that come up, but I'm sure it will if it hasn't already.
Somebody will say something.
People will get canceled left and right. So don't you worry about
gamer. I can't wait. I can't wait for the discourse.
Yeah. Okay. So you know Jack Black is Bowser.
I didn't, but I knew Jack Black was in it. But now he's Bowser.
He's Bowser.
Bowser can talk?
Yeah. Remember?
In Super Mario RPG, sure he talks.
Well, no, yeah. He talks like he's always like, oh. I mean, that's not really talking, but you know what I mean? Like his sound clips aren't really him talking, but he always has a dialogue bubble thing like, I'm getting the princess, Mario.
He says that.
Yeah, you fucking loser. That's what he says.
He calls him a loser.
He
calls him a loser.
Yeah.
I didn't know Bowser talked, but
yeah, he does. He mocks Mario. He's always talking stuff. Okay, so and then Seth Rogen. Yeah, as Donkey Kong.
Why is Donkey Kong in this movie?
So this is a question. Yeah, that maybe it's an origin, like, because Donkey Kong, is kind of more Mario early days, right?
Really, that's arcade. That's barrel plumber man.
Yeah. And with that, just because I know Fred Armisen is Cranky Kong. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you here.
I do like Fred Armisen.
Yeah.
I don't think he would do something bad at this point in his career.
Yeah.
But
Well,
if Nintendo's throwing a lot of money at you, well, that changes things.
I know. And then we have Keegan Michael Key as Toad. So this is another one. Like, no. So this is one that I'm also like, I think of even more because I love Toad's voice, but at the same time, again, an hour and a half of Toad's voice.
Mario.
Yeah, I would just. It's too much, man. So maybe that's why they're kind of leaning a little bit more towards people that can talk kind of normally, kind of. I can't imagine them putting on a huge voice for any of these characters, right? They're probably just going to have them speak.
I hope he does like makes him a little urban, a little gangster.
I hope. No, this is what I hope. I hope they presented that the same way you just said that.
Yeah, I imagine that's a fucking thing. Sir, can you make this character a little more urban?
He's just like, fuck these guys. Yeah. But no, I am so curious to see how that's going to go. Anyways, I had to get your reaction since you didn't know. And now others get to share that with me. So
is Daisy in this? Peach?
Oh, you know what? I have not heard of Daisy being in this. Okay, we do have people that I'm not super familiar with. Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek. Is Kamek? Is that how you say it? The wizard guy?
Yes.
Yeah, and then Sebastian Maniscalco as Spike.
That's another one of the Koopa kids, right?
Yeah, he's just that dude that I think he
you threw him in the lava.
Yeah. He's the mini boss before you get to the Koopa kids. He's just that little asshole that is like he's like going back and forth and sometimes flying. I think that's Spike.
Oh, that guy.
I think so.
Oh yeah, you can kill him in one turn in Mario 2, Super Mario 2.
If people listening to this are probably like, no, that's not fucking Spike. So tell us who Spike is if we don't know.
That movie sounds dumb.
Well, I think you better rethink that. It's from the people that brought us Minions. So
I fucking hate this already. Oh my god. Nope. So clocking out.
Well, I'm keeping an open mind, but I don't know. Did you ever watch the old Mario cartoon?
Yes.
I'll be happy.
Your hips from side to side. Come on, let's do the Mario. Let's go. You have some spaghetti on your trousers.
I would be honestly happy if it's that quality. I would be fine. I know that sounds like it's not asking much, but I'd be okay with that.
Yeah. I actually watched that show and I did not like it as a child.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the Zelda show. I mean, they were reruns. I did not like them. I did not like them.
They're pretty rough. In college, I bought that and started rewatching it. And I was like, shit, dude, this.
Well, excuse me, princess.
I got both and I was just like, oh man, at the time, because I was so little when that came out, I thought it was the coolest thing. And now I wasn't super into it, but I'll be happy if it's that quality over something that's like very like pop culturally, if that makes sense.
Dude, they're gonna fucking put like fucking Nicki Minaj songs in there.
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking Anaconda, dude.
Yeah, they're gonna do some fucking TikTok dances in there.
Yeah.
Like it's a children's thing, and they have these minion writers who fucking invented this shit, this gross cringe fucking shit.
I am hoping that with enough. Okay, I'm being idealistic and optimistic here, but like that with enough actual help from Nintendo, they can say, no, let's not have like a dab in this movie, or something like that.
Yeah, but who does Nintendo trust? Their Japanese producers or Hollywood, America,
yeah.
Hollywood?
You're right. I don't know.
Someone's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Some fucking guy who uses the word urban is gonna fuck it up. It's gonna happen.
It's what the kids like.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh
wow.
All right.
Well, thank you for indulging me.
Yes. Well, the movie's gonna suck. The Adventures of Sonic was a good cartoon. You want to watch a good cartoon? Jaleel White as Sonic.
That was the ABC one, right?
Mm-hmm. Urkel as Sonic.
Urkel as Sonic. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I agree.
And that's our show, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm gonna be. I hope to be moved by not next Monday, but the next Monday. Mm-hmm. So if we miss an episode, oh boy. Well, we'll talk next Monday, and then we'll gauge the situation. We'll see how it's gonna happen. I just need to make sure that I'm gonna have internet at this new place.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Can't let it be the dead zone for too long.
Mm-mm.
Some of us have to work around here.
That's right.
But thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Noisy Pixel.